Good evening, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing okay. This is the FPL Duo. I'm Huss. I'm joined by Jordan, and we do have the FPL team selection video for you today for game week 31. Apologies to everyone for my voice today. It's just a bit off because I have been feeling a bit under the weather. So yeah, if I sound different, it's just because I'm not been feeling too well. So yeah, apologies for that. But yeah, this is the team selection video for game week 31. I'll just quickly go through my team, how I'm lining up. So you can see on the screen, I'm going for the 3-5-2 as of now. I've got Salah in goal against Aston Villa. On the back three, I've got Trent, Robertson, and then Reece James. It looks like Trent might miss out. Klopp did say he should be fine for the Champions League game midweek. So I'm hoping Trent's back for that game. And then Robertson, yep, against Watford, should be a good fixture for him. Reece James looked like he will play against Brentford, so I'm very happy about that news. So if Trent does miss out, I've got Doherty on the bench to come in. The midfield five, I've gone Qgvfzs, Martinelli, Sakura, Rafinha, and Salah. Salah is my captain. I think Salah's the obvious choice for me this week. I think he's the obvious choice for most people this week. I think Salah captain is the obvious standout. You could go someone like Harry Kane against Newcastle, but yeah, I think I prefer Salah this week. And then up front, I got Kane and Broya. So this is my current team right now. But as you can see at the bottom of the corner of the screen, I do have 2 free transfers. So my plan was to do Jimenez to Weghorst and then play Weghorst and Kane up front. So those are the transfer plans for me. Jimenez out and Weghorst in, and then have one free transfer to roll one free transfer. So I'll have 2 free transfers again next week. So those are my current thinking. Yeah, not an interesting transfer, I would say. Not too interesting. Jimenez for Weghorst, double game week player. But that's what I'm probably gonna go with. But yeah, those are my current thinking. Let's go on to your team anyway, Jordan, and I'll let you speak.
Okie dokie. So here is my team selection at the moment. So I have Saar in goal, who has Aston Villa home. I do have Dubravka, the Newcastle goalkeeper, but he is flagged at the moment. And they also have Tottenham, so I think Saar is the better option to go for in terms of goalkeepers. So that's my goalkeeper. Moving on to my defence, I have Thiago Silva and Reece James, who have got Brentford home. I went with Thiago Silva and Reece James because from the selection I have, Sice, I don't want to play over either Thiago or Reece James. I do think playing the double Chelsea defence this game week is going to be really good. I do think they can hold a clean sheet against Brentford. And also Reece James, if he does play, because he is currently flagged, but he has been seen in training, which is a bit of a good to see. So he potentially will play in the Brentford game, which could mean a possible goal or assist from him, which would be very good, especially if they keep a clean sheet too on top of that. Reece James does get a lot of bonus points if he does very well in the game, especially if he doesn't even get anything. He still can get the bonus points, whether it's 2, 1, or 3. But yeah, moving on. I have Ben White, who has Crystal Palace away. I do think my choice for picking Ben White is for a longer term plan, because obviously Arsenal will double later stages in the game weeks coming up. And I did pick him in my wildcard video. I think I done 2 game weeks ago. So I did go with the triple Arsenal, and Ben White is one of them at the moment that I'm going through. So he does have Crystal Palace away. I'm not very confident that he'll keep a clean sheet against Crystal Palace, but I still would play him over Size despite that, because Ben White can get an assist, maybe even a goal, but I very much doubt he'll get a goal, but it's potentially an assist, depending on how the game goes. But it could be a very stalemate kind of game, maybe one goal in between it. There won't be much action between the two teams, but Arsenal will try their very hardest, because obviously they want the top four spot, which is in contention with other teams. So yeah, that's my reasons for Ben White. And finally, my final defender who I've lined up for is Trent Alex, who's got Watford home. Obviously, I'm going to play Trent, even though he might not play that game. He's probably going to be ruled out for it. But despite that, Sice will come on for Trent. Anyway, it's just there in case he might play that, but he is flagged. It doesn't show he's flagged on the graphics, but he is flagged a yellow too. So yeah, that is my 4 defense players in my team. So moving on to my 4 midfielders, I have Coutinho, who's got Wolves away. Now we'll discuss later on, after I've gone through my team selection, what I'm doing with Coutinho, because he is not he's not going to be in my team after this game week. He's obviously one of my potential transfers that I have, because I do have 2 free transfers this week. So Coutinho is in that sort of plan to sort of get rid of him now, I think. But anyway, moving on, I have Martinelli and Saka, who have got Crystal Palace away. And this completes my triple Arsenal players. So I've had Martinelli for quite a while. He is a very cheap midfielder too, and he does perform really well when he does play. He was injured in the last match, but he is back fit again. So he might start in the Crystal Palace game. If not, he'll probably come on. But nonetheless, I'm still going to play him over Sice Ramsey, just because I do think it would be better to play Martinelli, despite it being Crystal Palace. You never know what's going to happen in that game. But if you had to choose between those 3 players, I would pick Martinelli over Sice and Ramsey easily. And then also I've got Saka. We all know how Saka has been doing so far. He's been getting those goals in, getting those assists. And he's a favourable pick in terms of Arsenal players. I think he's the highly owned Arsenal player that people have. He also is a potential captaincy in the future when Arsenal have double game weeks also. So that's why I have Sakura in my team. And now finally, moving on to the last midfielder I have is Salah, who is my captaincy pick for this game week. This is probably an obvious captaincy pick that most people will go for. His effective ownership will be skyrocketed, I think, in this game week, just because it's Watford home. It's a very favourable fixture, and Liverpool are in the title race between Man City, so they are going to go all at Watford at this. So I do expect Salah to be scoring 1, but if not 2 or 3 in that game, potentially. It is going to be a very one-sided kind of match. It's not going to be like a 1-0, I don't think, unless Watford can really hold against Liverpool, but not many teams have managed to currently. So yeah, that is my complete midfield. So we move on now to the forwards that I have picked. So we have Harry Kane, who is my vice captaincy pick. If anything was to happen to Salah, in that case, Kane would be my captain. But he has Newcastle home. Again, it's another favourable fixture. I think there is a little bit of contention for captaincy pick between Salah and Kane, because they both have good fixtures for them. Newcastle, I'd say, is a little bit more harder now because they have picked up form with their new manager. So they have looked a bit more better. But with Tottenham, you never know what will happen, if they will have a good game or a bad game against a low team like Newcastle. They have fought well, Newcastle, coming back from the brink of relegation and now in a safety spot now. So we'll have to see how that goes. But nonetheless, Kane is my vice captaincy option. And finally, my last player is Broha, who's got Leeds away. I do think it's a good fixture for Broha, especially for against Leeds, who are still struggling. Also with Bamford out again for 6 weeks, it doesn't really give Leeds much opportunity to get any goals. They have been really shy of goals, apart from their last match, of course, when they scored 3 goals, surprisingly, in that blank game week that we had. But I do think Leeds are still going to struggle against Southampton, who are still a dangerous threat to mid to low teams and even high teams as well. So they are a threat to pretty much any team that they go against. But currently, that Southampton have been a bit down in terms of their performances, but I'm sure in that game they'll pick it up more. But we'll see how that goes. And currently on my bench, I have Dubraka, who's flagged. He's my Newcastle goalkeeper. I got Romain Saiss, the Wolves defender. Jacob Ramsey, the Aston Villa midfielder. And Jimenez, who is suspended from having a red card, who is a forward, but it says defender there. And I do have 2 free transfers going into this week to make. I'll probably be using both of them in this game week for my plan.
Yeah, we'll go through the transfers you're going to make and the players you're taking out. We'll go through that in a bit. We've got Berner Werner, he here says, road to 200 subs. Yep. Please, guys, drop a like on the video. And also subscribe if you're new. Get us to 200 subs. We're not too far away. So that is a target now to around 200 subs. So yeah, we'd appreciate if you can get us there, guys. But yeah, Jordan, do you want to bring your team up and show us the transfers you're going to make?
Yeah. So this is my current team at the moment, my players. But my plan for this week is, obviously, this is an obvious choice, but Jimenez is going out of my team. And who I'm bringing in might be a surprise to some people, but this is purely because of budget. Because with Jimenez in the team, I have 0 money remaining, so I do have to downgrade someone. And obviously, Jimenez is giving me an easy choice because because of his suspension, he's not back till the 16th or 17th of April, and plus Wolves will blank as well in game week 33, I think. So Gelhardt, the Leeds forward, is now going to be in my team. Now, also because of Bamford also injured, it gives Gelhardt a strong chance of him playing now in the forward position for Bamford. And we have seen Gelhardt play in the past. He has been very good in terms of his performances when he has played. So despite him not being the best forward, but nonetheless, there's not really been a good forward that's been consistent. At the moment, Kane is probably the best one you could probably have at the moment. But everyone else has been mediocre, not been that great. I do believe Leeds will also blank in 33-2, but Gelhardt is mainly a bench option and a money-saving option. I'm not going to really play him much. It's probably going to be Kane or Broha, or even having 4 or 5 midfielders or defenders and just playing Kane up front.
Fair enough.
That's the first step on my transfer plan. So the second step is to get rid of Romain Saiss.
Oh, so you're doing 2 transfers this week?
Yeah, I'll be doing 2 transfers this week. And this leaves me 7.9 money remaining. And to replace him will be Man City defender Cancelo.
Okay.
Who is 6.9. So with that in place, I still have 1.0 in the bank if I need to do anything else. But currently, that is what it's looking like at the moment in terms of going forward into the game week. So would have made 2 transfers from Jimenez to Gelhardt and Romain Saiss to Cancelo.
Okay, that looks pretty nice. I think obviously we've discussed going big at the back, and I can see you've gone Cancelo, Trent, James, Silva, and White. So you could play all 5 in most weeks. So yeah, big at the back could be the way, and then you got a good midfield as well, I guess. But yeah, that's very interesting. Well, I'll bring my team up and show you what I'm gonna do very quickly. I'll let you read out some of the comments while I do that.
Okay, so we have a comment from Brian. He says, "Hi lads, who's winning the World Cup then?"
Oh yeah, the World Cup.
Yeah, we just had the draw a couple of
Yeah,
minutes ago, and very interesting groups.
probably
Yes.
the usual, innit? The usual favorites. France, teams like that. Do you think England have a chance?
They do have an easy group, England.
Well, I heard if England top the group and France top the group, England have to play France in the quarterfinals. So that could be a tough one if that does happen. And if England finish second and Argentina win their group or something like that, then England will have to play Argentina in the last 16 as well. So I don't know. I think England. I'm not sure about England, to be fair. The World Cup. I think if we can get to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, I think that'll be all right. I don't see us winning it, but yeah, let's see in it. It should be a good World Cup.
Yeah, I do think England have a good chance.
Yeah, fair enough. We've got IFS here. They say been a really poor season for forward performances. Lukaku came in as a big deal, but hasn't performed all season. Ronaldo has lacked chances, and Kane has a shocking first half of the season. Yep,
Very true.
fair enough. We all agree with that. Actually, not many good forward options this year. I think Bamford being injured, and also who else? Who else was it? Calvert-Lewin got injured as well at the start.
And Vardy,
Yeah,
recurring
Vardy's
injuries.
struggled with a bit of injuries. So yeah, it's not really a standout pick, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, the best pick at the moment is Harry Kane. Like, despite his shocking first half, as IFS mentioned, he has turned it around in the second half of the season. He has brought it back. His normal way of
Yeah,
playing.
that's why maybe it's better to go big at the back or get a good midfield. So yeah, let me bring up my team.
So Brian says,
Bear with me for a sec.
Brian
Oh
says,
yeah, I'll let you read that out actually.
I'm thinking of getting Cancelo, another prime defender with Jimenez out for -4 this week. So I assume you have one free transfer, which is why you're gonna have the -4 this week. So yeah, it's a good idea for getting Cancelo. As you saw in the just before now, I am going to get Cancelo in as well. I just feel like it's the right time to bring back in Man City players, especially later on in the game week. They will double up, and plus they have 4 good home games coming up as well in the running, and plus they're in contention with Liverpool for the title, so they're going to be really trying hard in terms of winning all of those matches as best they can. So
Yeah,
any Man City asset is very valuable in the last games of the season.
yeah, they've got good fixtures coming up in the next, from now to the end of the season. Very favourable fixtures. A lot of green fixtures for Man City. But yeah, as you can see on the screen, I've got my team up. So the plan is, as of now, get rid of Jimenez. And that leaves me to get in Weghorst, double game week player. And it also gives me 1.1 million in the bank. And then I'll roll the transfer, and then I'll have 2 free transfers next week as well. So that's what I'm currently going with. I've mentioned that on the previous stream, but I might change my mind last minute. We'll see. Do join us for the deadline stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. We will be going live on the deadline stream and locking in our final transfers. Yeah, so make sure you do join us tomorrow and don't miss that one. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What you reckon? Weghorst, you're not a fan of him, I'm guessing.
No, yeah, at the moment, Burnley in general have been really poor. I know they have 2 double game weeks in 31 and in 33, but I'm just not feeling Weghorst will do much in those. I know he'll get more points than the one player in the game week, but can you really see him score? That's the only thing, or get an assist. I mean, Burnley are not really having a good time at the moment with teams, but
Yeah,
I suppose it's not a bad thing because Jimenez has opened that window of opportunity to make decisions more easier in terms of that. So it is a good and bad choice, I guess. I mean, you got no bad idea of going for it because it's
yeah.
beneficial.
I've not got much else to go with. To be fair.
Yeah, there's because zero in the bank as well. You have to downgrade someone. And
Yeah, and I
Jimenez is
think Weghorst also he had the double game week in 33.
yeah, it's double game week in
So
33 too.
that's why I get 2 double game weeks
Yeah,
if I bring him in. I know I'm not expecting much from that City game, but let's see what he does. Probably the best of a bad bunch at the strikers.
I would be shocked if he scores in that
Yeah.
hindsight.
So yeah, those are my current plans. I'll probably roll the next transfer and then decide what I'm going to do next week. Yeah. So those are the current plans. Let's see. Just quickly for everyone that is watching the stream, please drop a like on the stream and also subscribe if you're new around here. Let's get us to 200 subs. And yeah, if
So
you, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Brian says I'll look to get a Chelsea or City defender as well for that -4, which is I agree, very good.
Yeah,
Very
maybe
good
get in
choice.
Cancelo, Reece James. You could get Rudiger. I think those are the ones I'd be going for. Um, if I was picking Chelsea defenders, Rudiger and James, and then Chelsea City, maybe Laporte. I think Diaz is still injured, isn't he?
Yeah, Diaz is still flagged. Whether he's going to be fit enough after Liverpool game or
Apparently he's
before
out for the
Liverpool.
Liverpool game.
So probably after the Liverpool game, he'll be back in the team. But despite that, you can still go for Laporte if you want a cheaper defender for a Man City option. I mean, Laporte does score the odd header or two
Yep.
as well. If you're looking to save on the money in your budget in your team, but I would strongly go for Cancelo if you can afford it. I do think that's going to be more of a long-term better choice.
Oh yeah, Cancelo definitely. But yeah, we'll probably wrap the stream up soon. If anyone's got any questions for us, please drop them in the chat below, and we'll do our best to answer them. And also, let us know your transfer plans for this week and who you're captaining. So yeah, let us know what you guys are doing, what transfers you're making, and who you're captaining. We're both going with Salah, I guess. No differences there.
Yeah, because obviously Salah has Watford home. He has one of the best fixtures in the game week. Liverpool and Watford at home at Anfield. That's just a no-brainer. To be fair, I
Have you
think.
considered Kane against Newcastle, or you're not going to go there?
No, I would have possibly swayed to go to Kane, but because of Newcastle's improved performances after their new managers come in, they've been a bit more harder to beat and less of a point hauler. Newcastle are no longer a point hauler anymore. They're more of a point taker now. So we don't know what they're going to do because Tottenham obviously a dip in performances some games. This could be their dip. Shocking one.
Let's see, because Newcastle have started playing a bit better now. Eddie Howe's picked it up, and they're playing well now. So they could give Spurs a tough game. But yeah, Salah against Watford, I think that's just playing it safe, I guess. Probably is the best captain option this week. I expect Salah to score, to be fair. Also, on penalties. So if Liverpool can get a penalty against Watford, then Salah will take.
Yeah, I do think he'll score 2 or 3 goals in that game. Like, because of his disappointment in the what was it?
Yeah, qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers.
In the World Cup qualifiers, he's going to be a bit upheaved about that situation and just focus now more on the Premier League now. So obviously
Yeah,
Liverpool want
I
to win.
agree.
There's going to be more conviction from Salah.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's pretty much both our teams, guys. Let us know what you think of our teams. This has been the FPL team selection video for game week 31. As we've mentioned before, we will have another deadline stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. So please join us for that one. Yeah, I'll probably wrap the video up here. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Jordan?
A bit off topic, but I'd just like to say thank you for FPL Penguin for welcoming us on his stream yesterday
No, yeah.
for his team selection and Q&A. That's very appreciated. We hope to do ones in the future with you. It would be very good. Yes.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out, we did a preview for game week 31 on FPL Penguin's channel. He's also another YouTuber, so check out FPL Penguin. We were on his video yesterday, and we did like a game week 31 preview along with another 2 or 3 other YouTubers. So yeah, please do check that one out, and also give him a follow and everything on his channel. He's a good FPL channel. But yeah, that's it from us pretty much. We will have another video for you tomorrow, and then yeah, it's good that the football's back now. Premier League is back, international break out the way. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, Premier League is back. It's going to be a very interesting week.
So yeah, guys, that's it from us. Hope to see you on the video tomorrow. And yeah, take care, everyone. Hope everyone has a good weekend. And yeah, peace.
Yep, see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good weekend.
Peace.